Hey.
All right. We
We're
are
here.
live. Yes.
Yes,
All
we're
right.
live.
Hey guys, so it is Lance and Lauren, and we're here with a good friend and client, Miss Karen, and we're so excited to have you with us. Thank you for joining.
Yes.
We're excited.
I'm excited. I'm happy to be here.
Heck yeah. So we'll kind of dive in a second, but Karen has done so amazing, and she has, even though she is a very busy business owner, she has taken the time to be able to speak to you guys about how her experience has been. So nevertheless, we'll kind of dive right in, but we're so excited. So
well, I actually want people to know Karen is in the accounting business, and this is a very busy time for you. So I just thank you for getting on here in the middle of your hecticness, because I know via email you and I have been going back and forth, and I know, girl, you haven't had a lot of time on your hands lately. So thank you for doing this.
Yeah, seriously. We do not take that lightly.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to be here.
Heck yeah. Well, awesome. You want to start with the first question, and we'll kind of go from there?
Cool. So Karen, you've been in our program. Are we rolling up right about to 4 months?
Right
now?
about to 4 months. Yeah, almost at 4 months.
Okay.
A little shy.
A little shy. Okay. So the first question we want to have you answer is, can you give everybody watching a little insight to what your life was like prior to starting our program?
Yes. So before starting, I was very unhappy. I kind of got closed off, kind of kept to myself more because I was that unhappy with my weight. And so
I think you just muted.
Oh,
hang on, press the mute for you. It just muted.
Yep, it muted you.
Only just for happy. Yeah, you're good. So you were saying I was unhappy, and you mentioned your weight, and then it muted. Now you're good.
Okay. So I was really unhappy. My husband would want to go out on a date, and I wouldn't want to go because I had nothing to wear, and I felt horrible.
Yeah.
And it just got to a point where here it's years and years, and we have it. I'm always making up excuses, not to go here and there. And that puts a burden on your relationship. You need that time together, especially with kids and life and everything. And then I just started, I'm a pretty outspoken person. I'm fun, laughing, and then I realized I just started changing, and I became quiet. I don't know, everything just changed. And I just realized, I woke up one day and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I cannot live like this. It's not a way to live. I want to live and feel alive.
Wow.
Yeah, I was just, we have been there for sure. I know that was really similar to yours.
I relate to that completely because, and I've shared my story many times on my profile and in the group and everything, but that's exactly how I was. You can ask him. I would go into the closet every time there was an event. I would look through my clothes. Things were not fitting anymore. The jeans that fit a month ago that I rarely wore because I wore sweatpants all the time didn't fit and were getting they were getting tighter. And I would be crying in the closet before every event. And one day he looked at me and he just said, as lovingly as he could, babe, I love you. I don't think there's anything wrong with you, but this is not okay anymore. You got to decide what you want, because I can't let my wife just fall apart because she's unhappy all of the time. And I had gotten to the end of myself at that point. So I relate to that. And it put such a strain on our marriage because I never wanted to go anywhere. I wanted to hide. I felt like people were just looking at me thinking, oh my gosh, how much weight has she gained this week? Like, that's how I felt. So I hear you.
Same here. Like, they were judging me and they'd see me and, oh, wow. Okay. You know what I mean? You could tell.
So what do you feel like was the trigger point, that turning point that you were finally like, screw this, I'm done. I cannot do this anymore. I'm ready for a change.
When my kids, they wanted me to take them somewhere and go out, and I couldn't find anything to wear, and I felt horrible, and my husband was going to go, and I told him literally no because of how I felt. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing?
Oh, wow,
these are my kids, I didn't want to go outside or go out anywhere because of how I feel about myself. And I was like, that's it, I'm done, and not having energy to play with them and always tired. And I know I've spoken with you before, before the program, I would get dizzy every day.
I remember that.
Sometimes it would just take me down to where I'm unable to do anything all day. And I didn't know what was causing that. I went to the doctor for over a year. They couldn't figure out what's going on. Your blood work's a little off, but it looks, pretty normal. I don't know, and it would be debilitating some days, and now I haven't had it at all.
So awesome.
Wow.
And it is life-changing. It is so life-changing.
at what point did you notice, how long into the journey was it whenever you realized like, oh crap, I'm not having any of this, like any of the dizzy stuff and the vertigo?
Honestly, like within a couple days, like I would say like, well, more like a week,
Right.
Okay.
like about a weekend is when I really started noticing, like, oh wow, like I haven't had any episodes. I haven't,
Right.
I have even just a week in changing your body and changing
Mhm.
your
Right.
food, just a weekend. I mean, the energy slowly started increasing. I mean, I started noticing differences, no dizziness. I had more energy to do stuff. And then of course, just every week it increases.
Right.
So
Heck
it's just
yeah.
amazing.
And I bet, and we're going to get into your results in the second question, just for where you're at right now, but I can imagine that feeling that within the first week probably was pretty empowering for you.
Oh, huge.
To go, something is working. And I
Right.
bet that probably was like an elating feeling for you, right?
Huge.
Yeah.
And my mom is the one I told you, she's the one that really knows. She's like, oh my
Yes.
God, Karen, I feel like I have my daughter back. She goes, you
Oh.
Man, that's
sound
so awesome.
like
Wow.
That is
yeah,
so
that's
awesome.
how
I
deep
love that.
down I got, with
Yeah.
everything. And
Wow.
so
Well, I know that you got in there, like you took this very, very seriously when you
Yeah.
got started, that you dug
I
in
was,
and you
yep,
dove
I was
very
done. I was
deep.
ready for a change.
And I think that that was the thing, like for anybody who's watching, one of the things that is so commendable. Now, again, this program is not about perfection. This program is about consistency. But what you're hearing, though, is Karen reached a point where she knew that she was done and she was making consistent small actions where she was learning how to do this forever.
Yep.
And that was the difference. That's what, really changed things.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
So, okay, I know everybody's probably already like thinking, okay, she's in 4 months. Let's talk about the results. So,
Yes.
Karen, share with us exactly where you are right now from where you started, because it's exciting.
Yes, I'm very excited. So almost 30 pounds down. And I was starting, I was a double extra large.
Okay.
And now I'm a large, and now the large is starting to get loose, which
That's
just
so awesome.
blows my mind. It's
Heck
weird.
yeah.
Like, all the clothes that were hanging in my closet for literally the past 10 years, I'm starting to put on. I'm like, oh my God, it
Wow.
fits. And it's
10
just,
years, that's awesome.
yeah, it's the feeling is amazing. It's amazing,
Yeah.
Look at your
So-
smile.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Your
Yeah,
smile
it's-
is like ear to ear.
Yeah.
It's
That's
amazing.
so exciting. Yes,
It's an amazing
that's so
feeling.
exciting. Oh, congratulations. So
Yeah.
honestly, you're going to be in mediums before too long, and you're going to
I
be
know,
like
I can't believe
emailing
it.
us.
It's crazy.
Right.
Oh,
It's,
yeah,
it's
that's-
crazy to think
that's
that.
so
It's
exciting.
like-
And I feel like you told me that you put on a pair of jeans recently, or you started
Yes.
wearing jeans again or
yes,
something.
I haven't worn jeans in years. I wore sweatpants,
Gosh.
anything loose, and I put them on, and they looked great. I mean, my husband's face, like, oh, it was
That's
just
so
such
awesome.
an amazing feeling. It was amazing. I felt great. I felt on top of the world.
Oh my gosh.
I
And
really
then
did.
besides just the weight, do you know off the top of your
Oh.
head, because I forgot to check, how many inches you're down to?
I believe about 22 inches down.
Wow. It's
Yeah.
so awesome. And
Yeah.
I know for those of, some people who are listening and watching, they know that we don't do like the typical rigid, constantly work out and, just all or nothing and eat, rigid, meals that are awful. So just for people that aren't certain of what this experience is like, because obviously you're getting these great results. And I know maybe the people that are listening are thinking, well, yeah, I mean, you start like eating like a rabbit, I'm going to get results like that too.
No.
How has that felt for you for food and what you've had in your lifestyle?
Okay, first off, that is the biggest thing I would say about this program. And as I told you, I have done it all. I've done all of them, where you cut your calories or you cut carbs or fats, and I've done all the different programs. I've done them all. And yeah, you'll lose weight, but then the minute you stop, it comes back tenfold. It really just it's different, and you feel a difference too. I can feel the difference losing weight on this program versus the other one. It wasn't healthy.
Yeah.
And this is just, it's different. I can feel my body changing inside.
Right.
Whereas the other one, it was so quick and it was just not right that it was different. So the biggest thing I would say is I eat more than I ever have on any
That's awesome.
plan.
Love it.
I eat so many carbs, so many fats. I mean, so it amazes me. I don't feel restricted at all. Not one day have I been hungry. Not one day have I felt restricted. And that is huge, because all of the other programs, I was always hungry, irritable. I would have cheat days. I don't have to have a cheat day on this.
Right.
And I know if I do, I haven't got, as you know, I've been pretty consistent. I haven't gone over because I haven't needed to.
Right.
I have fit everything I wanted to in.
Right.
I've been to birthday parties. I've had the cake. I've had drinks. I've had whatever, and
Gosh, that's
no
awesome.
restrictions. You just see, fit it in. You're
Right.
good. And I know if I did go over that, I have with the program and what you guys have taught us to get back into alignment, and I go back in. Whereas before, I'm like, oh, I screwed up. I'm done,
Right.
and it's not like this with this at all. It's completely different.
I
mean,
love that.
Wow.
How different this is.
That's
I mean,
amazing. I think that the other thing that's cool about that too is that people probably don't know this, but I'm going to share it. We also allow people to have what's called vacation macros for when they have special events coming up. And it sounds to me like even when you've had to use vacation macros, I don't even think you've hit the ceiling for that either. Have you ever had to use your vacation macros?
No.
Yeah.
That's
I
didn't even know that you didn't use them.
I thought
no. I was going to for Super Bowl and I didn't even have to. And I had enough drinks and everything, and I had the snacks. I had whatever I wanted, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm actually in."
I killing it.
Yes, and I was like,
"Dang,
it's crazy." I mean,
so
how
awesome.
can you eat that much food
right
and have the results you have and feel good? And I would say the main thing is we're all, I think, programmed in a different way to think how we relate with food, how food relates with our body. And for the first time, I understand. When you guys explain and with the metabolic rate and how the body metabolizes the food. And it's just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe all these years I, sacrificed and had to do this and that when this is so simple. It's so simple and it works. I mean, I'm going to be honest. When I first started, I was like, there's no way. How can this work? How can I eat this much bread, this many tortillas, seriously, it's like, my mind was blown. Really, every week it's just like, oh my gosh, and I'm still eat so much. It's like,
wow. And so the word I like to use a lot lately, we probably just need to start coining this hashtag, is hashtag food freedom. Is I really feel like that is what I personally experience. You guys experience, we experience. And I think that that's what makes us so different, because again, we've been in this industry for a long time. So we've seen every diet. We've tried some of them. We did clean eating for how many years when we owned our studio? That's what we taught to our clients. And we laugh about it now, but we almost feel dumb that we didn't have this idea back then to help our clients achieve back then what they did because of the food freedom aspect.
It was close. We had a
it was
sim.
Super close.
It was almost well built. It was it just wasn't complete. It was a sim, and now this is something, the way that we do it, it's complete. And the beauty of it is that, again, hopefully if we've done well with what we've built, I've tried to prepare to make sure that all unforeseen events and circumstances, from emotional eating to overwhelm to having discord within your home, and that causes overwhelm here and what have you, that all of those psychological and subconscious events are prepared in there, so that way it's not just, oh, we told me to eat this. It's going to be, I know how to handle this and stay in alignment no matter what happens. So my question for you is, do you feel like on that level, as far as lifestyle, has that been any different for you, or what would you say has been similar or different based on what you've done before in that regard?
Oh, complete different, because on everything else I've ever done in the past, I focused on food all day. What I have to eat, what I have to do all day. That my life revolved around food. This is the first program. Food's not even it doesn't even, I don't think about it. It's, I go about my day, I do it, I eat how I'm supposed to, whatever I need to, I fit in. And it just works. And that is huge, because when you're just focused on food and it just, you get irritable, you get cranky, it's overwhelming, and it becomes your whole life. It's like, I'm living life. The food's not in control. I'm in control. I'm living my life. And to me, that's really, really big, because I know a lot of people go through that.
That's the thing too. And I can remember many, 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 many years ago, I first read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I can remember Robert Kiyosaki talking specifically about his dad, or certain individuals constantly stating that they don't need money. I don't need money. I can sleep at night, so on and so forth. And thinking that, I don't need it and it's not on my mind, and so on and so forth. And he brought up the point that because they had lack and they had scarcity mindseted, all they could talk and think about was money, even though they claimed they didn't want it. Now, again, was money the focus? No, money was the focus for them because they didn't have the structure, and it caused them to be in lack. That's where most systems are, unfortunately, is it puts all of clients in a position of lack. So you start off already thinking about food because you're already in scarcity and you're told you don't have enough and soon enough, you know, so this way here we position everything on this lifestyle, and you begin choosing what aligns with the lifestyle rather than avoiding things that don't line up or what have you. You choose the things, just like casting a vote for the life that you want. You don't have to throw things away. You just stop voting for it. And that's the whole idea. So when that's happening and you've got abundance, you don't have to think about food anymore because you've got plenty. You know you've got it. It's not a scarcity thing. It's not evil. It's not good. It's just there.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, no, that's good. I wanted to piggyback off of the results question too, but you're talking about your diet and stuff. Can you tell us a little bit about exercise? When you came into the program, did you find it hard to exercise? What about previous programs? Like, how are you doing with that section of the program?
You know, with other ones, it was hard for me. You know, I had a soccer injury, and that's always kind of kept me like, you know what, it's too hard, this. And with this, it's like, you pour so many different exercises in there. It's fun. It's like, ooh, you know, I look at it, you know what I need to do. And, you know, and stuff like, there's even stuff in there, like for my knee, you know, I can see, and it's, you know, modify and it works. And it's just, I feel so strong. I mean, to feel, you know, when you're overweight, you don't have much strength, and then all of a sudden your muscles start building, and, you know, you feel that energy, and then, you know, you go, and I couldn't even do 2 push-ups. That's how, and now I was kept going and going. I was doing like 100, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is me. You know,
that's awesome. I love that.
It's, and doing planks and then going back, and, you know, just going back to this and that. And it's just like, it's so empowering. It's so empowering. And you just, you fit it in, and I look forward to it. I look forward to stuff, you know. we go to the park now. We go do cardio as a family. I'm getting my kids into it. You know, it's huge. It's my husband and I work out now. We made our garage a gym. You know, and now it's amazing, and it brings us together. Our kids see that, their mom and dad, working out and doing this together, and then they get excited, and it puts a better lifestyle for all of us. So it's a huge difference. It's great.
I know a lot of people feel like they don't have a lot of time. We know, obviously, you are crazy busy.
Busy.
How has that been for you? Because obviously you have a family and a business. Have you been, how has that been for working out?
The way I look at it is, well, one, with anything, you can always fit anything in if you really want to. And that's the truth. That's the truth. For me, especially after a long day, I look forward to it. I look forward to going. I'm stressed. Even if I'm tired, I know that burst of energy you get after, and that feeling you get and how good you feel. And then you sleep well, and then you wake up the next day refreshed. It's a big difference. And I look forward to that. My husband, tonight, we're going to go work out, and, and then he's just like, are you ready to work out? Are you ready to work out tonight? I'm like, yeah, and the kids get excited. And it's just, it's so huge. Where before, we sat on the couch. On our phones, after we were trying to unwind after a busy day. And now we don't do that. We're getting out more, we're at the park a lot more. We're going for family walks. That's huge. That's, we're not doing it because we have to.
Right.
We want to, and it's happy. We're so much happier.
Well, see, here's the thing too, is on a psychological level, what's really happening here is that you guys began taking steps. And these steps began getting results that started making you feel better, which reinforced those steps that you're taking, which is awesome. But you went an extra step together because you guys began doing it together. And what that's doing is creating what's called neuro associations, or anchoring. Family time and exercise are fun. Exercise is fun because family time is fun. And we're creating this, basically this self-perpetuating circle of over and over is, we do things together and it's fun. And when we do fitness together, it's also fun. And when I'm fit, I feel better, which makes me a more fun mom. And so everything that we do, it all plays into it. And so it's no longer a chore that we have to work out. It becomes this is just what we do so that, you know, I'm the best mom and the best CPA and the best this and the best that, you know? So I think that's what's so cool, you know.
I was going to say, I'm ready to come out and be a part of your family.
Right.
Like, it sounds great.
It is.
Let's all go.
Yeah, it is. It's life-changing. It really is in so many ways, you know. And then just even with my mindset has changed astronomically. I mean, from where I started, and I'm not even 4 months in yet, how much from where I was then to now is huge. I mean, I'm seeing life completely different. I'm looking at myself different. I'm looking at the world different. It's like, what can we go do now? What can we, it's complete opposite of where I was, where I don't want to do anything. I want to stay home. And now it's like, I can't get enough. Let's live life. We're planning trips. You know, we're going to go somewhere this weekend. We're just, it's huge. It's so different.
You're like, your body just radiates. Like, I seriously, like, it's glowing. It sounds like a pregnancy term. I say that, but you're glow, like, you really are like this glow. So, okay, I have to ask this because you mentioned it when you first started talking about the fact that you were, you know, couldn't find things to wear in the closet and all of that. I know this had to be affecting your marriage. So can you share what's changed within your marriage now? Because I know things have got to have shifted.
Oh, yes. I mean, first off, when your husband sees you have confidence, that's huge. That's huge. And, you know, he'll see me, you know, I'm wearing stuff that I wasn't before. And then, you know, I have a couple other things, you know, that you save, you know, for certain things. And I'm wearing it. And then when I see his face, I mean, it's just amazing. You know, it just to see him look like, that's my girl. That's my woman. You know, that's
awesome.
Oh, huge. And it just lights up my world. And he sees me light up, and he's just, it brings you so much closer together. Because when you shut down yourself, you're also shutting yourself down from others.
100%.
And you don't realize how much I didn't realize how much I was shutting him out because of my own unhappiness. And now it's like, he's turned around in our marriage. It's just, you know,
so awesome.
We've, you know, talked more. We're spending more time together, and just the quality of it, it's just different. It's so different. I mean, it's amazing.
What you're sharing here is primarily numbers, no doubt, is primarily the reason that we got out of personal training and stepped into coaching, because we wanted to play this role to see this. And that was the thing that kept our system from being fully complete. This here is what is so fulfilling for us to see that other people you're able to have such a transformation. It's not about just self. It's again, your family, your business, all these things are being kind of blossomed over this. And I think so many people think about that, like, you know, about I can't put myself first. And it's really when you're not doing that, you're really kind of making sure that your family doesn't, you know, get selected at all. They're behind everything.
That's the truth.
You know, how awesome.
It is. It is. And that's the other thing, my business too. My business really just spurted and just took off.
It's booming.
Because I think I was putting myself out there more. I felt like when you have that energy, you put it out in the world. It just touches everything around.
It's attractive.
100%.
It's attractive.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
So
it's just, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Total turnaround in so many aspects. And it's just, like I said, I'm only 4 months in. And it's just like, oh my gosh, what else is next? Like, I get so excited because it's like, just thinking of all the growth, because you always want to grow. And it just, every week I'm a different person. I'm growing, I'm learning. I'm grabbing life and living it. And that's just really, really big for me. I mean, I can't even tell you what a change it is.
Wow.
So my question is that you've done this 4 months. Obviously you're still learning, some of the processes of what we do. For people who think like, is this going to last? Is this sustainable? My question for you is, do you feel confident that obviously you're going to get a haircut and all these things, but do you feel confident that this is something that, because obviously we don't want you to have to be dependent upon us forever. Do you feel confident that when you do graduate and we take the training wheels off and we're watching you, pull away from us, do you feel confident this is going to be something that you can sustain?
100%, without no doubt. I mean, without any doubt. I mean, first off, I mean, just from even if I didn't, know the answer to that, it's all the people that I've seen too. You guys teach everyone how to go off on their own. There's so many different people in the group, and they're all going through a different journey.
Yeah.
And to see like where they're all going and we're all doing it together.
Right.
And it's just, it amazes me, you know, and then, you know, they graduate and you get to, they're good. They're good. They're strong. They have
Yeah.
all the tools. You guys give us the tools we need.
Mhm.
You give us everything, every step of the way, to where it almost becomes like, you know, and I've noticed that actually lately, where, you know, you just start taking it on your own. Like, you don't even have
Right.
to think about it. It's becoming, you know, you're learning it. It's becoming, you know,
Subconscious.
it just becomes like your everyday thing.
Yeah.
And so I zero it without a doubt.
I love that.
Wow, I do too.
That's
the
so
first
awesome.
time.
And that's why, you know, those of you guys who are, again, if you guys are watching, that's why we put so much emphasis on subconscious programming and thermostat. And because all of these things are usually, when they're not worked on, these are the very first areas where self-sabotage arises and comes up. And the reason that Karen is going to be set up is because she didn't just learn the external factors of diet and exercise, which those are in here. We teach those and we go very deep. But she figured out, and she's learning the process of how to integrate this with all aspects of her life. So we don't teach avoid. We don't teach avoid funerals, avoid weddings, avoid travel, avoid vacation. We teach go through those, and here's how you take the tools with you. They look a little different, and that's what's happening. So
wow,
very cool.
okay.
Love it.
Yeah,
So
it
this
is.
question, what would you say, there's always people watching here kind of teetering on the fence of like touching base with us to see if that, you know, to get going, just like what you did. So what would you say to someone who's on the fence about working with Lance and I and actually pulling the trigger?
Don't even think twice about it. I mean, like I've said before, I have done all the programs. I have had health coaches. I have spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And this, I cannot say or stress enough how different this is. This isn't just, oh, you're going through another program, you're going through another thing. This is, it's about you. It's you and you taking control of your life. And you guys are giving us the tools of what we need to do that. And other programs, they don't do that. And that is huge. I mean, it's, you know, I think that, you know, I don't know what other way to say this, but, you know, to not feel restricted, to not focus on food, to live life, to go, and just in this short amount of time, and the actual changes I've had, which I did not have these type of changes with any other program.
Wow.
And that's huge, you know, and that's more where like the mindset comes in, you know, the lifestyle, all that, more than the diet and the exercise.
Yeah,
definitely.
That is where this is so different and so huge, because it will change just everything for you. And you're going to see life differently. You're going to see all the possibilities. I'm seeing stuff that were right there in front of me for years and I didn't see it. Now it's just all open. It's all,
oh, that's so
right
awesome.
And it's right there, and I'm living life. And I mean, I know a lot of people, you know, they think that, you know, they see something, oh, is this going to work? Or, you know, should I do this? It's 100% without a doubt. I mean, this, if I could scream it from the rooftops and tell every single person in the world, I would, because it is life-changing. It's amazing. I mean, what it's done for me and my family, it's just, that's why I tell you, I thank God for you guys. I am so, so thankful for you guys beyond measure, because I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm actually, I can do this. This is going to actually happen for me. It's happening. I'm, you know, each week, and just the changes, you know, everybody I know, my whole family and friends are like, oh my God, Karen, don't even recognize who you are anymore. You're happy.
Wow.
You're happy. And to hear that, you know, it's like, it's huge.
Man.
wow.
Wow. Yeah. That's, I mean, truly amazing.
You're gonna get us
Honestly. I was
emotional
gonna say,
here.
So, I mean, honestly, what you're talking about, this is, man, I am a hyper idealist. And so people told me for years, like because what you're sharing with me, this is just me being fully vulnerable. What you're sharing is exactly, this is my why. This is my why for why I do this business. It's not to see people get fit. It's to see people blossom into their fullness of what's possible, where they exist, not any longer to be human doings, but human beings, and that they're just radiating. And so for me, hearing this, oh my gosh, it makes my day. And I know obviously it makes her day too. I'm just speaking for when I designed and came and tried to come up with all these idealistic things. I was told for years how idealistic, you can't do that in fitness. That's too much. It's too this, it's too that. People don't care. They just want to know how to get fit. I disagree. And
Yep,
so
I
this
do
is where
too.
we're at. So this makes my day. Truly makes my day. So
Yes,
I love that.
Wow.
Definitely forever grateful for you guys. That's for
Well,
sure.
thank you. Well, we have absolutely loved having you in the program.
Yeah.
And you know, one thing that's cool too that we love is that we stay in contact with every person who graduates in our program.
Yep.
You know, and so it's more than the friends and family. It is so much more, I would say, family. I mean, even when we had our personal training studio, there are so many clients that they're family, and we still stay connected. And so it's always bittersweet seeing people graduate because we're not directly in the group. But the sweet part is we see you live life to the fullest, and we get to still see it because we all stay connected. So
exactly.
How awesome.
Exactly. It is.
Anything else that you want to add or that you wanted to add also?
Yeah, no, go ahead. If there's anything else you want to add before we close up, feel free. And if not, we'll close it out.
You know, just if anybody's thinking about it, just take a leap of faith and do it. It will change their lives. I mean, it's when I saw you guys, it's like, I just knew. I know it sounds, you know, I was listening to you and I was like, you know, my husband's like, oh, another program. And I'm like, Eddie, this is different. There's something about it. And something was pulling me like, just go for it and do it. Right. And like, as you know, I did it during the holiday, we're smack in the holiday season.
Oh,
and
yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, before I would have been, that would have totally derailed me completely because I love food, completely derail me. And it was so easy. That's when I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. I'm sold. This is it.
That's awesome.
You know, I could not believe that I was able to eat what I wanted to, get through it. I enjoyed it. I didn't, you know, before I'd be like, oh gosh, you know, I wouldn't look forward to any occasion because it's like I have to restrict myself, and to do that and feel fulfilled and then realize, oh, you know, it's not even about the food. It's not even about this. It's just, you know, you go on, you live life. It's amazing. So just so happy.
I had forgotten you started during the holidays. Didn't you start a couple weeks before Christmas?
I started I think a week before Thanksgiving.
I was gonna say.
Oh, that's right, because we had moved back from Florida. That's right. Yeah, you had back-to-back holidays.
Yeah.
And I know you in your first 30 days, I believe you were down 10 pounds?
I think is that right? I think it was like 13 or 14.
13. Okay. Yeah, it was an insane amount. We were like, holy smoke.
I couldn't believe it. And all I ate, I thought it was like maybe 2 pounds or so. When I saw that and then the inches, I was like, how is this possible?
Right.
I mean, with everything I ate.
Science.
Yeah, exactly.
Love it.
And you do it, you follow it, you do it, and it works. It amazes me.
Well, heck yeah. Well, this has been awesome. Thank you seriously so much again for taking the time, but also for just being on. You are a delight, and it's been awesome, seriously, seeing you. I love that we've still got, you know, several more months to help you to not only reach the rest of your goals, but to continue to see like what else is possible. That's like these opportunities that keep revealing themselves. So again, thank you guys, you know, for watching, and thank you for showing with us. It's so awesome.
We're so proud of you. I can't commend what you've done enough. I love your tenacity. I love your drive, and I freaking love seeing you glow the way that you are. It's amazing.
I'm happy.
Yeah, well, it's radiating. It's awesome.
It is.
Awesome.
Well, guys, thanks for watching, and Karen, again, thanks for being here. And I guess we'll see everyone on the next interview.
See you guys on the next one. Cool. You want to hit stop?
Thanks.